Welcome to the Legendary Upside YouTube channel. My name is Pat Kerrane. You can follow all of my content at legendaryupside.com. Some of that content, playoff best ball rankings, playoff best ball dynamic rankings tool as well, called the Sidekick. You'll see that shortly. But with the playoff best ball content, we kind of have Sacrilegious's guide over there. It's called the Sacrilegious Approach to Playoff Best Ball up on the site. Highly recommend checking that out if you're going to be doing the playoff best ball stuff. But that article is primarily geared toward formats where 2 of the 6 teams drafting against each other advance at round 1. This video, we're going to be talking through the format that is over on DraftKings, where only 1 of the 6 teams advance. And it's also found in the Mitten 3, a tournament over on Underdog. They changed that to 1 out of 6 advance. So there's a couple different tournaments you can play where it's harder to get out of round 1, twice as hard to get out of round 1. And that obviously changes the strategy a little bit on how to draft these teams. So we're going to go ahead and draft some teams on DraftKings. Maybe the Mitten, we'll see. But first, wanted to get some general thoughts on how to attack the format. Joined by Daniel Racz, Kyle Dvorchak, Chris G. Should be a good stream. How you guys doing?
Living the dream, baby. I can't wait to rip some drafts right now. Exciting.
What's your guys' level of getting sick of doing these?
Yeah, I haven't done.
Thanks for bringing the energy, man.
I haven't done as much this year. I've been splitting my volume between playoff best ball and like Oscars and Golden Globes bets, and then just trying to focus on my studies. But
no, I was curious because
studies,
when summer, it sounds like you're really focused on your studies. But I was curious because when summer ended, I was like, yeah, I really don't need to do any more best ball drafts, and I didn't max anything. I got to like, I don't know, maybe 300, and I have compressed that roughly same amount of drafts into a month and a half, and I still find these ones to be more fun. I'm going to get to my 150 on the main DK, and I'll feel pretty content. But for some reason, I think the sort of puzzle solving aspect of this, where there is like truly correct and incorrect answers, actually makes me feel much more content really grinding these. I was curious. I wasn't sure if that was an experience you guys had. I'm at like 120 in the main DK and a whole bunch of other ones. And I am like, all right, I've done this literal exact draft before. Maybe that's at a point where I could probably cool down the volume. But I do find that the puzzle solving aspect of this gives the drafting experience more longevity.
I think so. I mean, so I got way behind. I traveled for Christmas and stuff, and so I didn't draft for like 10 days. So I got way behind the volume I wanted to get in. And today and yesterday, I've been like cranking out drafts. And it's very fun because of the puzzle solving element that you're mentioning. I mean, the other thing is it's not like there's always one right answer. There's multiple right answers most of the time. And you're kind of, it's a push and pull. You're sort of maybe you're sacrificing some advance rate for a better potential Super Bowl team or better round 2 or round 3 team. And, there's arguments for both. So you can kind of but you go down, once you make a decision, it kind of cuts off other potential decisions. And then this week, the thing that's really fun is we now know the bracket. So certain teams pair much better with other teams. It's better to take, if you're taking the Bucks, they're pretty good to pair with the Lions because they won't play each other in round 2. If I'm betting on Cortland Sutton as a random little advance rate piece, I like to do that more with the Ravens because if they get 2 games, that means the Ravens don't have to play the Bills in round 2. That could be huge for the Ravens to get to the Super Bowl. So on Lamar teams, I'm more likely to do that. Little stuff like that becomes kind of a fun part of the puzzle build.
Yeah, I'm really loving the Washington Commanders for 2 games. Like, I'm just super excited about that team. And, they're still really great cost for ADP. Like, I can't get the Rams anymore. Like, anytime I try to get Puka and Kerrane together, it just, falls and it gets destroyed right in front of my eyes. So
the combined cost on the Rams' top 2 guys is not that much lower than the Vikings now. So you got to be pretty proactive if you're going to get, the Puka Kerrane. You got to – I mean, I got it. I think this is on Underdog, but I got it from the 6 holes. But in the 3rd round, I took Puka, and then I think I took Kerrane in the 5th. That felt awesome. But that used to be pretty common. Yeah,
it is. I really enjoy the 1 of 6 too, because it leads to some more, diversification with your team builds. Like sometimes with the 2 of 6, I'm really hoping for these giga stacks for the Super Bowl. And with 1 of 6, I'm more, how do you say it? I'm more willing. Yes, I'm more willing to actually pick like a one-off piece to maybe get me to advance to the next round.
I'm way more willing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Way more.
Way
Like the
more
Summit
willing.
is a great example on Underdog. It's a really great contest. It's 1 of 6, 1 of 5, 1 of 4, 62-person final for 20K up top with only 7.5 K entries. And it's a great price point. It's a 3 max. I fortunately maxed it, but let me tell you what I got. I got 2 6s and a 5. I loved it. It was my favorite thing ever. So I had the same Derrick Henry, Justin Jefferson team, because that's like a great pieces to get for a 1 of 6. You got 2 guaranteed guys playing in the first round, and you can easily build out Sam Darnold as no one wants him anymore. So it's great.
Did Underdog do any 3 of 6 advances this year? I feel like there was 1 or 2 of the high stakes contests last year that were like that.
Unless the new high stakes stuff was, but the big mitten and the bigger mitten original.
Am I correct? There was a few contests last year that were 3 of 6.
I don't remember.
I think there was a wonky mitten at one point, was a high advance rate one, but there was a large field final. I can't recall because I didn't do a lot of mittens last year. I'm way behind as you guys as well. I'm like looking at my stuff. I'm like, man, I need to catch up on the gauntlets. I need to catch up.
Yeah, me too. I've been doing a bunch of gauntlets today. One thing I've been trying to do on 1 of 6 is I will take. So first of all, if you have bye week teams, I basically am willing to throw out the rule book in terms of like I'm only taking 4 teams total, and they can all play each other in a conference championship game, and I'm tacking on like Tim Patrick instead of advance rate pieces. Like, no, like in 1 of 6. If I have, big time pieces, if I have like, let's say I get okay, put yourself in this position. You're out of the 4 hole. It goes Allen, Lamar, Saquon. So then you take Gibbs. Okay. Now it comes back around. Hurts goes, but Mahomes and Goff are still there. So you take Amon-Ra, and then in the 3rd round, you got Goff. So
and then the 3rd round, some idiot drafted both quarterbacks, and you're just
well, that's just as likely to happen. Then the Allen drafter takes Mahomes and Kelsey for some reason. What are you doing? That's literally happened to me today. But you get that perfect start where you go Gibbs, Amon-Ra, Goff, like the best line start you can get. What I'm like experimenting with in 1 of 6 is like all of a sudden Jameson and Laporta are a little, particularly Jameson, because it doesn't help me fill the tight end spot, which that's one of the other big differences on DraftKings. We got to fill a tight end. So I'm like hollowing out I'm much more likely to go like, okay, let me see if I can get Evans and Bucky. Let me see if I can get like Puka's gone, but like I'm going to go ahead and try to like start slamming in advance rate pieces to get those bye week teams through. But I even sometimes do that with like Allen, where I'm like, Shakir's not really gonna help me advance. So let me get like an advance rate guy here, jam it in. But then I go, after I get those advance rate pieces in the middle, I come back and I'm taking Keon Coleman and I'm taking Amari Cooper, I'm taking Mac Hollins, and I'm taking Ty Johnson. I'm getting like all those. So, in round 3, compared to like my gauntlet team, my gauntlet Bills teams are gonna be way stronger than my DraftKings Bills teams, but I'm basically thinking like there's going to be less correctly built teams in round 3 on DraftKings because it's going to be so hard to advance them.
Yeah, I think it also depends a ton which contest you're playing, though. Like the flagship $20, all of DK's stuff advances unless I've like missed something recently. All of DK's stuff advances 1 out of 6 first round, regardless of the buy-in, the size, or whatever. But their big $20 one is like a 550 team final where it's 500K to first and immediately falls to 200, then 100, and then it continues obviously to get very steep. In that one, despite it's really going to be impossible to advance the Gibbs, St. Brown, Goff, Laporta, JMO team. I'm still drafting that team. I will still draft that team because it like one time, God, if I can pass that team through to the second round, it's the nuts. Like you will not be able to beat it once we get, if it makes it again to the Super Bowl. Obviously, the Lions make it there. And then in their $100 contest that just dropped, the final is a 4-team final. If you make it there with Gibbs, St. Brown, Goff, you can have Tim Patrick, Justin Watson, Samaje Perine, or whatever, like truly guys who hit your lineup for 3 points. You're unlikely to even make it to that round and then face 3 other teams who can field full rosters. If you just get like literally 3 points at wide receiver, 8 points, like Noah Gray scores 1 touchdown, 20 yards, 9 points at tight end, and a few points in the flex in a 4-team final, it's over. Like you've probably already won unless you happen to run into an insane team to have made it that far. So I think it depends so much on DK on which contest you're playing. I'm still like willing to draft the supposed nuts teams in the big stuff.
I am too. I would say, it's like obviously
it's a little
in 2 of 6. You're like, I'm taking this team. Like I'm not even thinking about it. I am thinking about it a little bit. Like, do I want to, try to tack on advanced rate pieces instead of a Jameson? But I'm definitely willing to do it. But what I would say there is, if you have that start, the Gibbs, Amon-Ra, Goff, Jameson, Laporta, I don't care what teams these players are on anymore, like at all. Like I will like highest scoring,
sort by highest projected.
Points.
Like pull up your projections, sort by highest projected, and fill out your lineup.
Yeah, I will say that DK is a little bit better to do that because it's 12 people, 12 draft slots, 12 rounds. It's easier to do that, but on Underdog it's 10, even in the 1 of 6 drafts. So you have to be cognizant of that. So it's like really cognizant, because if I got Gibbs, Amon-Ra, and Goff in one of those 1 of 6, I'm probably gonna be like, give me like Minnesota pieces, or give me somebody like on the AFC side like Ladd. I'm clicking Ladd so fast in the 4th round. I'm like, give me Ladd before anyone else thinks about him, and then I can get J.K. Dobbins 2 rounds later.
Yeah, this comment, a 500+ person final. Given how chaotic DraftKings pods are, someone is showing up with an insane team. Justin Watson is your 6th Super Bowl piece. Probably isn't helping you win $500K. If you put the line there, maybe I agree. I do think like Noah Gray could easily be on the winning lineup. Like football is a crazy, chaotic sport. If you get the guy, it's a showdown contest at that point.
Yeah, I'll say Justin Watson as one of your better pieces isn't helping you win $500K. If he's your first wide receiver taken for a Chiefs-Lions Super Bowl, you're not winning. I do feel confident in saying that the winner probably has like a large portion of Gibbs, Kelsey, St. Brown, Worthy, and whatever, or maybe Hollywood.
What you're saying is the final piece.
But as your final piece, I actually think it's fine because it is showdown.
It might be enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicole Hardman won someone a lot of money last year.
Jawan Jennings too. So like we think Justin Watson isn't going to be a 20-point player, but it's not out of the range of outcomes. It means probably less than 3, but like a 90th percentile is 1 touchdown, 30 yards, maybe 2-3 catches, and that as the final piece. But also this is why you should be randomizing.
He outscores DeAndre Hopkins there probably. Like he could outscore Kelsey for all we. It's like football's weird.
Yeah.
But if you're like showing up with Mahomes, Noah Gray, Justin Watson, Mecole Hardman, that's not going to do it.
The Chiefs might be showing up with Mahomes, Noah Gray, Justin Watson. So.
That's true.
Yeah. One thing I would want to add is I've noticed that it seems like the drafting lobbies themselves do not adjust as much as I think they should to a 2 of 6 advance versus a 1 of 6 advance. So building like a complete portfolio, you might want to, in 1 of 6 advance, be more heavy on non-bye week teams, and in 2 of 6 know that if ADPs aren't changing appropriately, you would be wanting to target those. Because again, if you're playing on multiple platforms, it doesn't really matter what platform you're winning the most on. You just want a portfolio with the most potential live bullets. Like the Chiefs and Lions are much better in 2 of 6.
They are, although I think on DraftKings it feels like people are really drafting to advance. That's one of the things that makes it difficult, and especially this week. Like even on Underdog this week in 2 of 6, I'm assuming I'm going to need to score a lot more points than I did 2 weeks ago. Like no one's drafting Seahawks, no one's drafting Bengals.
No 5th round Chase anymore.
No 5th round Atlanta, right? So there's in some of your earlier pods, like you're trying to advance against like 4 teams, against 3 teams, but that's not going to be the case this week. All the teams are going to be, drafted on the right teams in the NFL. So I'm playing a little bit more like advance rate, bro, on underdog this week, and then on DraftKings in 1 of 6, I'm like, sometimes I'm getting, maybe I'm doing it too much. I'm actually kind of curious to talk through that with you guys as we go. I'm going to jump in a draft unless you guys have any other thoughts before we
go for it.
Yeah, no, that'll go off in 8 minutes, so you're good.
No, they feel quick.
No, I'm just saying the 2-minute timer that takes to.
Oh God, yeah.
That is ridiculously long.
Yeah, they fill instantly. All the stuff, even like if you're, I think the 333 might have filled, but like if you're trying to get probably any action down, it'll fill instantly. And then you set your phone down because it has a 2-minute timer to kick off. And of course you have the 6 hole, and then you get auto. That's how it works. That's what the Sidekick actually recommends is you set your phone down, you auto your first 3. And then
just auto your picks, yeah.
Heads up.
No, you have to come back and salvage it at pick 13 or whatever. That's really what the Sidekick wants, is for you to get a little random at the beginning, and then you come back and scramble, and you're sweaty by the end of it.
No, I really love the fact that they couldn't fix the hey, heads up, you're on the clock, because they just said heads up, you're in 2 picks, and you click it and you're there. That was
man. I don't really get that. I don't understand why it keeps telling me I'm on the clock in 2 picks. How does that help me?
So, for example, back in the day when this was going on, it was like, hey, you're on the clock, and then by the time you click your phone to go in, the pick's already done.
It still works like that. Let me tell you, the damn app still takes forever to load, and it's specifically when you touch the notification. It's faster at loading if you don't touch the notification.
So when you click the 2 picks thing, just expect you're already on the clock. That's how they fix it.
I'm not kidding you. I'm like up at 120 in the main, and probably another like 40 or 50 on DK. If you see the notification, get ready for hell. You're too late, buddy.
All right, let's see.
I don't have Sack here to tell us which of these drafters he's memorized as being suboptimal and optimal.
I might know. Let me see. Let's see your name.
My favorite part of the show.
I know, right? All right, so.
But is the 101 Allen no conversation, or are we entertaining anything else?
I'm Allen no convo. Even I think to me it's more Allen no convo because you rarely ever see Allen make it to 102. I think he's an extremely high click rate at 101, even on DraftKings where the drafters are a little weird. So I will just distribute my picks equally, assuming I get 101 and 102 equally, and I'll always take Allen 01, and I'll always take Lamar 02.
I think that's the right call because I had a string of 101s where I was like, you know what, I don't have enough Lamar, and now I can't get a 101 to save my life.
Yeah, that's the thing. You think you're getting all these 101s and then like dry up. I'm playing exactly that way too, Kyle. Let's take Allen.
Anyone you recognize, Kyle? What's up?
No, but I see the SaberSim logos, and SaberSim players are typically good DFS players. So I'll start off assuming I should give them a little bit of credit.
What's the difference between colors? That subscriber or what? One's green. One's
I don't
black.
know. I assume they've just changed their logo throughout the years. I actually have no clue. Shady's is rainbow, I think.
Is that what happens when you win multiple $1 million championships? I like that.
Yeah, they don't give that out to everyone. these are the poor SaberSim folk that we're drafting against.
I'm feeling the Amon-Ra team's going to also take A.J. Brown. Feel it in my bones.
Oh, you've got a good feeling. You got a good feeling for DraftKings then. If you're expecting the 5 and the 6 hole to do dumb stuff, they love it.
This is already unusual that we don't have Hurts off the board.
You see this every now and then. If I'm 6, I typically go Hurts Henry here, and hope that one of A.J. Brown Devonta makes it back, and then the St. Brown person always takes them. It's instant. It's a macro on the website that the Lions drafters always take Eagles when you need Eagles.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but they do.
They do it all the time.
It's true. It's you're not overstating that at all.
Who are they going to auto?
AJ Brown. I would still take Derrick Henry here at the Amon guy for sure. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nice.
Does the Gibbs guy go Goff, or does he?
I was going to say that's advanced right, Derrick Henry, if I've ever seen it, because he's not getting Goff back.
See, I wouldn't take Goff here. I mean, you're probably taking Jameson you'd get anyway.
Yeah,
so maybe
you'd get Goff back.
But you probably get him back. But on DraftKings, that's not guaranteed. So
I would play it. I would play it that aggressive way too. I would take Jameson there, and then know that the Barkley person should not take Goff, and then of course the quarterback people should not take Goff as well. That's how I would have played it.
So I like James Cook here a lot.
Yes.
100%.
I think I'm Justin Jefferson, in my opinion, for me.
Well, we get two picks. One of them has to be James Cook to pair with quarterback.
I'm Jefferson or Smith. So
yeah, I'm James Cook and
Jefferson or Smith both work for me. All right, let's do Cook.
Now, can I interest us in Travis Kelce?
Oh, we've got a DraftKings drafter amongst us.
Kelce, I don't like as much because they can't play in the Super Bowl.
No.
What about Portland's Sutton?
No,
stop. All right, I'm taking Jefferson.
So I don't care either way. I think mixing in Jefferson and Smith is both good. I would probably just take Smith for Super Bowl odds. They're much more likely to make the Super Bowl. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm taking.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Bill stuff easily.
Yeah.
You can also
I'm
Lions.
I'm Justin Jefferson because of just the one of six that we were talking about before. He's going to be hopefully the highest scoring on the Minnesota game, and if they get 2 games, anything can happen in the divisional round. Anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially with Bills though, I'm not awfully concerned about 1 of 6 when I have Bills because I'm also going to get. If I'm lucky, I'm going to get 4 cracks at wide receiver. Well, I'm going to get 4 cracks at wide receiver. God willing, you can typically pull off Shakir, Cooper, Keon, and Mac Hollins. So you're getting 2 good scores out of them. Hopefully, you might not get 30 like Justin Jefferson could, but you're banking a lot of wide receiver points. We've banked good running back points. We even have shots at banking tight end. We're not filling up with any bye weeks because we're not obviously we don't really have an opportunity to go Lions here either.
We can go Lions though. There is a way to go Lions. You go Montgomery and Patrick and kind of fill out a Super Bowl that way. And then, to be honest, I kind of am worried about advance rate with Allen because all of his wide receivers suck and don't score points.
Well, some of them have to score points if he's going to score points.
Do they? I don't know. He scores like a gajillion points. And then, maybe Shakir gets there, but it's like Shakir versus Jefferson's always tricky. So, yeah, I tend to go a little more advance rate with Allen than you'd think.
And as far as the Lions plus Bills stuff isn't my favorite from this spot because you basically enter with the Lions backup running back and their 9th string receiver. Aaron Jones somewhat easily since we have Jefferson and Addison. It's kind of easy.
I think Kincaid. We got to fill tight end.
Dawson Knox
if you want. Yeah.
DJ Hawkinson.
We could take Zach Ertz later, dude. Just take Aaron Jones for sure.
We also have Hawkinson,
Yeah, that was
Aaron Jones.
Thinking.
Yeah.
All right.
And then if you want to take Kincaid here, you can, but I prefer Addison.
I think it's Addison.
Me too.
I still gamble.
Assuming, this is also the giant contest. Someone's gonna find Jefferson, Addison, Jones, Cook, Allen, Kincaid, Hawkinson. I want to be truffle hunting for those teams, and I will definitely get burned where I'm like, well, damn, this is a Dawson Knox team if I ever seen one. But I'm going to dig through some teams that are Dawson Knox teams that aren't great, and man, I really need double touchdown Dawson Knox to get there. But I'm going to dig through some of those teams so I can find what will hopefully be our team gets to swing Kincaid and even add Hawkinson after that, or probably a Bills receiver. But
we can also Band-Aid Zach Ertz if we get knocked out by Hawkinson and just hope that we can get Knox and Ertz through to get us that points for round 1.
Yeah, then in that case, I agree. I'm probably drafting a random advance rate-ish piece tight end just to I got to drag Knox through. He's not the guy.
Correct.
Yeah.
And do we know if Kincaid is really?
Also true.
He's better than Knox.
Yes.
We lose. Okay, so we lose Kincaid. Dallas Goddard. He goes. Okay.
Who had more touchdowns last year? Dalton Kincaid, Quentin Morris, or Dawson Knox?
Last year's in the season that just ended?
Yeah, 2024.
I'm guessing.
Don't call that last season. It's the regular. It's still this season, man.
Yeah,
it's such a bummer.
Was it a tie? I guess tie for Knox and whatever. Am I right?
It was Kincaid, but he had 2 compared to Morris and Knox each having 1. So I'm not.
Okay.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm hawking Cooper here. Hey, does anyone know if if Cooper
he's back with the
one
team.
is back
Back in practice in full today.
Okay, and Jalen, has he practiced yet, or is he still on concussion?
He did
practiced.
practice
He
today, but I
practiced.
don't think he's cleared protocol, but he practiced. I mean, but
Correct. He was only limited today, but I mean, dude,
Yeah.
a
Oh,
superstar
that's
wide
good.
receiver or quarterback in the playoffs. He's playing. Like,
Yeah, he is. If he's practiced today, he's definitely making it on Sunday. He needed to practice by
Yeah.
Friday, so he's gonna make
Right.
it.
Yeah, he'll be cleared. So Hawk and Cooper, is that consensus?
Yeah.
Yep. Let's go. Getting Hawkinson back was big. Would have been upsetting if we were a Knox team.
This is a fun one.
I was gonna say this team kind of just builds itself. It's not all that interesting because this is a good star method team. Queue up every single player that could play in this Super Bowl we've chosen and call it a day.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that like I was tempted to go Evans when we had the discussion about Aaron Jones, and like I've been taking Evans some in that spot. That's kind of what I mean when I'm like hollowing out the middle. Is like I go sometimes Evans Bucky instead of what do we do? Aaron Jones and Addison. Yeah, I've been going Evans Bucky in that spot a decent amount just to like. I mean, yeah, I got. Jefferson.
I don't do it zero. I do that a little bit, especially since you can literally draft like 8 draftable bills, so you can add so many of them.
Exactly.
But I think more often than not, I want to have a team that if my 2 teams get to the Super Bowl, I'm chopping first. Like you cannot beat me; it's impossible, and we're kind of close to that with this exact combo.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
Don Kincaid drops.
Yeah, I mean, we've got we're 2 players out. We're Shakir and Kincaid, and we probably have the inside track to draft nearly every one of these players.
Yeah,
I'll tell you who I want. I don't want Terry McLaurin right here, man, but he's gonna go. That sucks. Okay,
that's it. That was a good shout, though.
Yeah, but I do like our team. It's stacked for the win. Like we already have enough pieces to fill it all up, and then we're gonna get like Mac Hollins. You know, like that's gonna be easy to pull in.
What about Nico Mixon here? If they both make it,
I don't hate it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And then-
We're gonna lose them. Yeah, because
Stroud.
if they win, they're playing Kansas City, so it's good. It's good.
yeah.
Is Stroud on the
We
table later then? Or
No,
No,
I
I
don't.
wouldn't.
I don't ever really do.
I
the
honestly
same.
wouldn't even do Nico and Mixon. Like I don't care.
All right, let's win the money though.
Like what are the odds that Nico even cracks our lineup this week?
Hi.
Good. Yeah, pretty
We've
high.
got Jefferson locked in as one spot. We've got Addison. Addison probably projects for a similar output to Nico.
Yeah, why not have 2 of them though?
And they don't. I mean, they don't. Like, if you look at projections, Nico's going to be projected for quite a bit higher.
Like, what do you think?
Addison.
What do you think the percent odds that Nico outscores Addison are?
64.
I
I
like
was going to
that.
say 64
Yeah,
is what I was
higher.
going to say.
So like 75, 70.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be shocked if it's that probable.
Yeah, maybe not outscores, but like matters. Like which guy matters. Yeah. Because there's lots of scenarios where like they both kind of suck and one outscores the other.
Who do you want to take here? Do we want to take a backup tight end like
Knox.
I think we have
We're
to
taking a
take
backup.
Knox.
Yeah, just Knox. Yeah.
Knox becomes like a so once I screw around in the middle like that, I like don't screw around after. I'm like I'm taking Knox, I'm taking Mac Hollins, I'm taking I mean I probably don't go to Kerrane, but I also sometimes draft 4 running backs. I'm just drafting, no one's watching. I get a little weird sometimes. Sometimes I'll take a 4th running back. In this case, Ty Johnson or Ray Davis. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
How many open spots do we have left?
3.
3.
I would probably take Naylor over them since we have both, but like they're in the queue. If the whoever else is taking
Naylor? Oh no, I'm on running back. That's why.
Yeah, nail it for sure.
I think we just lost. Who do we just lose? We just lost Ty Johnson.
That's a shame.
Unbelievable.
He's a good dude.
Was it a team
He's a
that
good
had,
dude, man. It's a shame to lose.
was it a team that had Kincaid and or Shakir? Have to assume so.
Let me see. Yeah, I should have.
No
the
way to
total.
know, unfortunately.
No,
I think it
my
was
bad.
a 6-hole, right? No.
Yeah, he had Kincaid.
Oh,
He's
Kincaid.
been doing. So we've kind of, dude. We fucked this guy. Oh, sorry, man.
Let's go, baby.
He had 21 Darnold and it didn't get any Vikings.
Well, hold on. Go.
So we have the whole Vikings.
So then can we take Naylor now to make sure he doesn't get him?
Yeah, sure. I like.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
Hey, shout out to
we got to take
Hey,
Knox.
shout-
Knox.
Yes.
Knox is like a must.
And then Naylor.
take Mac
'cause-
first.
Yep.
Take Mac.
The Darnold
bro.
team's going to
Mac.
consider.
I think we should take Mac too.
Take
or
Mac.
You just think we get Mac?
Shout
I
out
think
to
we're
this-
more likely to get Mac than we are to get Naylor.
I agree. Yeah, let's take Naylor and try to get Mac.
The only other consideration is that if Mac Hollins gives us a full 6 Bills, maybe at that point that becomes our priority, so we can walk into the Super Bowl with Bills versus anyone.
I want to give a shout out to this JM guy.
No, it doesn't.
He's
Okay, then who cares?
dead on
take
about
yeah.
Akers. Like I was gonna say take Mac and we take Akers in the 12th because like
I'd be fine with
Aaron Jones hasn't looked that good. I mean, in my opinion, and then when you just hedge that bet right there, we're getting the
If I'm going to take the fourth running back, I do prefer to have it tied to the quarterback where the team is like totally dead. If I don't,
I get you.
If they both die, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Oh, we lose Ray Davis though.
No. Oh, no.
Oh,
this
no.
dummy took Curtis Samuel. What an idiot.
Don't you know about Matt Collins?
I know.
Our Barefoot King?
That's my favorite player. I've been trying to diversify my exposure to Curtis Samuel, and every time I see him, I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna take Matt Collins. I'm just gonna.
I know. I try to diversify that stuff, but like I also I can take Curtis Samuel, take a Matt Collins.
I think that is like such an obvious pick, Matt Collins over Curtis Samuel, that it's one of those where I'm like, we got sniped on Matt Collins.
We lost.
Hey, look, we lost him. We lost him.
Akers is
Ertz
like
is
the
popping
only,
up as a solid pick.
it's fine.
I mean, it's 1 of 6, right? Haven't we been talking about that?
But we don't have any bye week players. I would.
Okay.
not
What
take
else?
Akers.
What else do we want to do?
It would only be Akers. I don't think there's really like another player
Yeah,
playing in the Super
I'd go
Bowl.
Akers.
We can take Akers.
Yeah, let's do
I
it.
wouldn't have minded Zach Ertz there though. Like we already have, if we only had one running back, I would actually not mind another crack at like, well, if James Cook duds in the Super Bowl, could we still score 12 with Akers, or could it have been Ray Davis? Obviously, we didn't get that chance. But the fact that we had 2 running backs, I think maybe that makes it more reasonable to flip to that advance rate piece. But I kind of still think we did the right thing.
So I would be interested in doing the $100 draft, but the point of the video was that we don't have much content on 1 of 6. So like, let's do a video about 1 of 6 advance, and then DK drops 2 of 6 advance. So
that's a 2 of 6. I think that's like your only 2 of 6 content.
That's in the chat. They I think JM or someone was saying they dropped a 2 of 6 advance with a 4-person final. Sounds like an awesome contest.
Yeah.
Oh no. So he said it's 2 of 6, 1 of 5, 1 of 5, 4-person final.
Oof, I'm gonna,
Pretty fun.
What's the max on that? Is it 150? Or
No,
one?
it's the $100. He's talking about the $100 one. It's a single entry, I think.
Oh, I'm in.
Oh, for those ones too, something we talked about before we hopped into these drafts is like, I am way less likely to be like, well, what if the Lions make it and they play the Steelers or whatever? Like, you should just go bet the Super Bowl exacta because the payout is only $5,000 on your $100 bet. Like, you can just go bet Super Bowl exactas and get similar odds. So I messed this up. I did this in the first $100 where I had all of the Lions, but I couldn't get a quarterback to save my life. So it's a Lions play the Steelers or a Lions play the Chargers one. And like, yeah, both of those could realistically happen. But if I really thought those were all that likely, again, I could have just bet this is the Super Bowl matchup on DK or whatever at the same time I made that draft and get like the same payout.
I feel like if we put you under a polygraph for Lions at Steelers could happen for the Super Bowl, there would be a huge jut out. Like, you do not.
No. If you told me it was Chargers, if you told me it was Lions versus Chargers, I'd be like, well, yeah, Vegas has that one wrong. Justin Herbert's a freaking baller, but not Steelers. Pat, you muted yourself.
I think I'm Gibbs here.
My theory is that the 4-hole has the highest upside to build the nuts because of that Gibbs. I try to play for this as much as I can. This super team.
I find I get that team more at 5 and 6, but I love playing for it, obviously.
because you can, as soon as someone takes Barkley, then it's in play. If Barkley, like if Hurts goes, then I take Mahomes a decent amount of time. It's I need the first running back to go, and then I take Gibbs. Because you're hoping.
I feel like I get it more out of 6-hole specifically because if you get Gibbs and St. Brown available, you've taken all of the fantasy points of the Lions. So no one wants to have a Goff Laporta team that has none of the rest of them. So that's the only reason I feel like
if they don't have a quarterback, like if they're playing, like I would do that just to not get locked out of quarterback.
No, I mean, I agree. I don't think the median DraftKings drafter thinks that way, though. I think if they see Goff, if they see St. Brown and Gibbs gone, they're like, why would I care about Lions at this point?
So are you?
I think
we're easily Mahomes here. We're easily Mahomes here because the Barkley team should take Mahomes if we don't let them have it, or if we do.
Well, Jalen's still on the board here for some reason.
Jalen's still on the board, so we don't have to take either guy. We could take
Oh, sure, yeah.
AJ Brown or JMO.
JMO. Answer, JMO.
Could be like
we take Mahomes.
Or
good call.
Worst comes to worst, then if QBs aren't doubled up, then it would be what Houston.
Yeah, I'm sure none of these people will take two quarterbacks. They would never. Like the DraftKings drafter is too smart for something like that.
This isn't super flex.
This guy's gonna take AJ Brown, and then he'll take Mahomes in the 302. Hopefully,
that would be so funny.
He should take AJ Brown.
Yeah, then the Lamar team. This is a Patrick Mahomes drafter.
This is Jalen Hurts drafter. Do it, buddy. Do it.
Print red.
No, Jalen Hurts.
It screws us. Why are you rooting for the thing that makes our team bad?
We're taking Justin Herbert, Pat. So,
this would be a nice Herbert team right there.
You're killing me, man.
Hopefully he gets hurt.
Clock too.
They're thinking about it. They're like, man, should I take Hurts and have the nuts?
Don't take
my quarterback.
You got to fill a tight end spot.
But the red, it's so enticing.
There you go.
Okay.
Sharp drafter out of the one hole.
This would be a very funny okie doke though. If the Allen team's like, oh, I'll just take Mahomes.
The 2-hole is nutted. Like this is.
I've almost never seen this out of like 150 to 200.
I've never seen
this. Is insane. Yeah.
Is there a chance that the 5-hole would take Mahomes if we let them? Given that they have 2 AFC.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Should they? Not in a million years, but is there a chance?
Is there a chance? Are you asking me if there's a chance that this guy does something dumb?
Yeah.
No. All right, what are we doing? Mahomes?
It's Mahomes. Yeah, don't push it. We got what we wanted.
All right.
Mahomes,
this is a Noah Gray team.
It's very likely a Noah Gray team.
We're getting Kelsey. I feel it.
This person could reasonably say they want Laporta.
You could get Laporta.
I actually think so. Assuming he just goes like heavy Bucks here, this could be a kind of fun team. You get 2 likely Super Bowl teams.
Higher
round 1 buys.
That's a great pick for us. That's a great pick. For us.
Great for us. Great for us.
Yep.
There we go.
Oh, this
Let's
is
go,
a
baby.
Kelsey team. This is a Kelsey team.
This is a Kelsey team. Oh my God, the 2-hole could get every good Eagle in the board.
That's insane.
Yeah, I've seen Barkley Brown Hurts before. Not often. I don't think I've ever seen it with Devonta.
We are going to be the highest EV 6 out of 6 finish in round 1.
Yeah, get the projections ready right now. Get the projections ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at this point, our next player should be pure projections. Then we just take Chiefs and Lions to end the draft because
I say if Worthy makes it to us, I would go one more.
Oh, dude, this guy's literally about to get Devonta now.
Yeah,
It's
man.
dude.
What a monster.
What a monster team, guys.
So are we what, Packers?
Josh Jacobs, come on down, baby.
Who's the best team that wouldn't play a 1? So ideally 5s or 4s. Nico Mixon, right?
Nico Mixon.
Worthy went.
Did Worthy go to a team that doesn't need him?
Wasn't it the Eagles team?
Oh, maybe that would make sense. Is
Terry
still
also there? Terry gives us the Jaden high scoring quarterback.
Love that.
Is
Lad out there?
Lad went early.
Lad, I think, is gone. What do you guys want to do?
DK.
Lad's gone.
Lad's gone. Should we go Nico?
I think Jacobs is the highest projected player left on the board.
But he's not.
I'd go Nico or Terry. Nico or Terry.
Yeah.
Just the odds. Jacobs is guaranteed to play Detroit round 2, and we don't need to take that.
Also, Love's got an elbow thing.
Well, Nico's guaranteed to play Mahomes.
Nico is guaranteed to play Mahomes round 2, so we were stuck.
No,
we were probably.
No, he's not.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess the Broncos win or the Steelers win.
The Broncos aren't winning.
35% of the time, one of those two teams wins.
That's true.
Yeah. The same odds that Jordan Addison outscores Nico Collins is the same odds that they don't play the Chiefs. Wow, Daniels already goes. My God.
Do we consider Jacobs here?
I think we do consider Jacobs here.
To sort of mark that flag.
Let's get the points.
Yeah.
And Mixon falls. We could get both.
His ADP is so low on DK right now. Understandably so. The Texans suck.
So if you notice, like the sidekick this is like where I'm kind of like, you're keeping track of what, like, once I come back on the rails, the sidekick will be very helpful. But I'm just like, I'm gonna be off doing my own thing here. Yeah. The heavy bye week stuff is just like, yeah, at this point I'm taking it in my own hands here.
I'd be fine going Hollywood the next time we are up, because I do think there are plenty of teams that are going to have like Mahomes, Gibbs, whatever we have. Not a lot of them will make it, but it's also a near 600 person final. So I wouldn't mind like trying to meaningfully outscore Hopkins by drafting Hollywood, because I think he will project for a few points more by the time the Super Bowl comes around. Like he already does for the divisional round.
I think I'm taking Hawkinson here just for points for the tight end position, because the drop off so steep. Unless you guys want to go Ertz.
I was gonna say Ertz and like probably even Freiermuth project close.
Oh, that's great. That's a great idea. I forgot about Freiermuth. I just think that game is gonna suck, in my opinion.
It will.
It's gonna suck.
Yeah, it will.
I'm actually kind of sad about that Lamar teams are probably going to need some help to get in, because
the weather. The boots on the ground weather from like 25 miles south of Baltimore is terrible. I think it's going to be.
Are we good with Mixon here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then when are we taking Stroud to get us through?
We're not taking Stroud to get us through. He ain't getting nobody through.
We're taking like Baker or something like that. Just so
I love taking Baker to get us through. Give me 380, 2 touchdowns and 3 picks Baker all day.
If you're close your eyes, we have a
he's already gone.
Damn.
If this team gets through, it's because Nico and Collins have big spikes. And what world is then like the median Baker game with no other pieces better?
No, you're right.
Fair.
I don't know though. With how much of the offense like Nico and Mixon contain, I actually wouldn't be surprised to get 18 from Stroud.
But and then Dalton Schultz.
We could go Pacheco here or Hopkins, although that's 4 running backs. So we might.
I don't think so.
I think
we should go Hopkins.
Hopkins, yeah, right.
I'd go Hopkins.
Okay.
And just get
I'm gonna take Pacheco out. I don't think we need him.
Yep.
We need one more Kansas City Detroit piece if we want to do the full 6.
We need a running back.
We what?
We have Gibbs.
No, we have Gibbs.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Let's check in on our buddy here who's got the absolute nuts. Barkley, Brown, Hurts, Smith,
Worthy.
Goddard. God damn it. This team is awesome.
Yeah. Seems so gnarly. Interesting, but whatever.
Advanced piece Sutton. Gotta love it. He's like, hey, I need points. Give me some more points.
You know, if I were him, Pacheco goes right before him, I would still probably continue to keep adding. There's just not much left for him to add, but he also projects for a ton of points early. He has
but I like the Sutton pick, because it's like, dude, if you get this through, once this thing gets to round 2 or 3, you're just literally smashing your opponents immediately. They have no chance. So it's like the round where you actually could lose this is round 1, and you're not getting that off the board. Take Sutton in the 8th. It's not crazy.
I really like that Sutton pick. It's like he's just ensuring that he gets this through.
Yeah. What a good team.
The team's so good.
Yeah. Fisher
it's going to be a shame.
Are wandering for the 2 sides. I'm not going to enforce no wandering eyes. So all of our eyes are wandering. I don't even know if they're wandering. We're staring.
It's going to be a shame when we take it down in this round here. It's going to be a shame when things get buried.
Kraft, Jaden Reed.
I'm Reed. Reed or
I like
Ertz if you want that. If you're really concerned about the tight end,
I think Kraft is more important.
Dalton Schultz is an option. It's not a good option, but
I think Reed might be more important. Like trying to find a 25-point flex / wide receiver as opposed to like a 15 tight end.
Are we getting Reed? Are we getting 5 games from Reed to get to 25?
Remember when he was good? Man, those were the days.
Yeah. I think it was week 5.
Yeah. No, it literally was. Yeah, it was 4 or 5.
Do we still need one more Kansas City piece, or are we done? Or
we need one more.
Okay.
We need one more, and we need a quarterback. Did we just?
I think I'm Zach Ertz.
Okay.
If we're going to get points, like we have Jacobs and we have Reed, and we're getting a game or 2 out of them, they're going to give us all the points.
We're
trying to advance.
You're saying we need Ertz?
I think we should take Ertz.
I agree. Right, we're still missing our tight end.
Yeah,
we're still missing a tight end. We're missing a quarterback. Honestly, we could take Bo Nix.
Sure, yeah.
I think we need to go Love or Stroud.
I mean, we're trying to
advance, right? I think we take Ertz first.
Ertz first, yeah.
Yeah, but then we take the quarterback that fits.
Then we go Gray or Patrick, and then we get whatever quarterbacks left. I don't think anyone's drafting Love or Stroud.
Yeah, I'm kind of on team like take whatever quarterbacks left. They're all going to project similarly. If anything, I don't hate taking Nix because he projects for like the most. He's got to project for the most points of Stroud and Love.
But once you adjust for having Reed and Jacobs and Nico and Mixon, you wouldn't move off Nix still.
I'm just looking to get the one game who's going to get me 20, 25, 30 points.
But we don't just need one game of 25, 30. We need like a bundle of 70 or 80 from a trio.
Yeah. We need them to all move in unison.
You're right.
For the Texans, I actually think even adjusting for it, I'm like, I don't care. But for Love, I think I am susceptible to that argument.
So are we? Do we want a bum hand Love or a really bad Stroud? Sorry,
Love.
Really bad Stroud or Love's bad hand? What do you want?
Love could have 2 bad hands.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going Love. I agree, but I guess we should probably just like who cares ultimately which quarterback we get? Let's get whatever Super Bowl piece we want.
I think we take Tim Patrick.
I like Tim Patrick better too. We also have Kelsey, so we're kind of betting against Kelsey with Gray.
Yeah, I'm in for that.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sidekick pretty clear
Sidekick
here.
nailed it.
Take Love or Stroud. Or Nix.
What's Russ doing down there? I guess we can cue him up.
Remember when we all lost our minds and took Russ for a week?
I wouldn't admit to that.
I'm looking at my teams.
Is this in recording? Are you wearing a wire?
It is. Yeah.
There goes Stroud. So.
Are you sweating it?
Yeah.
Who's Love?
Did the Stroud team have a Texan? No, and they
have 3 quarterbacks.
What?
Well, they're losing.
Dude, they have Herbert and Stroud.
And
that was a spite pick, guys. That was a spite pick. Look, he has the Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get Zach Ertz, no problem. So he takes
it's a Zach Ertz spike pick. What's what's more likely?
Man, this is one stupid cookie.
The guy took 3 quarterbacks, maybe made a mistake.
And Kansas City. See,
he's spiting us.
Spite hard.
Spite.
You might actually be.
Us. Good job. Good job with your spite. All right, Jordan Love, come on down.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do. I was good last time about getting us in another one before. Can we do one more?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe more than one, depending on how we go. All right, let's as the 2-hour clock ticks down for the next draft. Let's review the best team I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
Team 6 or what? 5?
No. Let's stay. Build it out with Aguilar. That's a weird pick. Although he's betting against Zay, but I'd say
that's
like
stupid. You should just take
It's not that-
Kerrane
yeah.
or Gray or whatever, or whoever, Watson.
Look at this idiot who took Aguilar in round 12. I can't believe this guy. Don't look at anything that happened before that. That's pretty good.
I love
All
that
right,
team.
point of order. Chris G is the fucking man.
Appreciate
Good
you,
point.
brother. Appreciate you.
Good point. Gives him another possible Super Bowl. Is this guy just better at drafting than us? Because
But
true?
if that's the case, just take like Jahan Dotson then. It just get
Yeah,
yourself
that's kind of where
to
I'm at.
Yeah.
get yourself to 6 in that game or from that team. Excuse me.
Nah, take the real alpha, Johnny Wilson, for the red zone touchdown. That's all you need, dude. That's all you need.
Also, like, Gainwell went one pick before. He probably would have just taken Gainwell.
Yeah, Gainwell would have been a good one to lock in, like an active will score greater than 0 points, and he gets screwed on.
Right.
Oh,
Could have
there he
taken
is
like
right there.
Calcaterra though. Calcaterra, even when Goddard was out there, gets like 2 DK points.
Oh, he's in the chat.
Yeah, he's
Dorito.
right there.
Just absolutely crushing it.
I can't take Juju.
Congratulations on the sickest team I've ever seen.
That team's so good.
I'll be messaging you to see if this
Team two. We're getting blank. So this is a bad streaming job by us. Don't let someone draft a team so good, and then people yell at you for the other team existing.
No, I do believe that
Oh.
if a team drafted on stream by someone else wins, we're entitled to at least 30% of it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I guess
we
it
gave
depends
it
what
to you,
state
dude.
they're in though. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a good team. Just a very, very good team. All right. Dorito's not in this draft, so we're going to draft him now.
That was a sick team. Yeah, I would love to hear his thoughts about Aguilar. Is it really for another Super Bowl option? I guess. That'd be interesting to hear. I would never pick.
Was that? Well, yeah, I guess was the.
I would have picked. Go
What
ahead.
would you have done?
I
Dotson?
probably would have picked Dotson or Johnny Wilson. I probably would have just
I
been
think
like,
I would have too.
hey, yeah, just give me
P.
the
Ryan or
full
Watson
sticks.
too on the other side
Ooh,
are decent bets
Ryan's
to get points. Yeah.
Tanner
Ooh,
McKee.
Ryan is a great pick. Ooh.
All right. What are we doing? Do you want to play for Saquon Hurts
Yeah.
with the Hurts
Yeah.
ball that we just saw?
No, we're gonna do Dorito. We're gonna do what Dorito did.
Yeah, Dorito. That team's like pretty common.
Reach out to your DK rep. See if you can withdraw. It's not too late.
Yeah, I wouldn't even really. Maybe if you gave me a cut of that team, I'd take it. But yeah.
I take it off your hands. Yeah. With if I don't know how he got that team. I've never seen him get to the Devonta on that team because every time you get to the turn here, someone is going Hurts AJ Brown, Hurts Henry.
Right. Yeah, look at this. They're all gone. How did you get them all together?
I know. It was crazy. For us
Wow.
though, I think
Mahomes.
we're Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Kinda has to be.
Unfortunately for Dorito, Jaden Reed's going to score 25 points.
Jordan Love actually is the new Konami code, just like 80 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and a trick play from
Yeah.
Jacobs to Reed.
Yeah.
Icing on the cake.
Nice
baby.
try, though. It was a good try.
God, that was such a sick team.
all right. Let's move on. We're halfway through another draft. I'm going to talk about someone else's team from draft ago. My God.
Can't wait for the screenshot February 19th. Can't wait for that screenshot.
Immediately, he's already hedging. That's how you know you draft a baseball team. Is that you hedge. All right.
I think it's
Schmitty.
You
Come
want
on
to go
down.
Smitty over Kelsey?
Yeah,
Go to the board and make
Reaper.
sure no one behind us would there's no maneuvering for that. Yeah, it's Smith. There's 2 teams.
Slim Reaper.
Yeah.
Slim Reaper.
All right, let's do it.
the odds of Kelsey are still low, but the odds of Smith are 0.
The odds of Smith are absolute 0 because Hurts guy takes him for sure. And we could get Goddard, although he probably takes Goddard.
This
Yeah,
is a
he's-
Noah
That could
Gray
help us.
team. Oh, or Kelsey. So
We're getting Kelsey. Come on. We're getting him.
Oh, McConkey's nice for us because I think he could take Goddard on the way back.
This is the wild card right here. Henry, AJ Brown.
Are you drafting Khalif Raymond at all? I am is like in the spot where we're saying I think we would have taken Jahan Dotson.
Perfect.
That would be like a Khalif Raymond pick in the golf version of that team. But I'm taking Patrick over. I mean, Patrick is like the outside number 3. Like Raymond is almost more of like an Amon-Ra contingency plan, I think. Kelsey's beautiful. Fills the tight end spot. This is a nice start, guys.
Yeah.
Probably the nicest start I've seen today.
Yeah, shout out to 5-hole for drafting such a bad team. What are you doing there, buddy?
You just know the 5-hole is going to snipe whichever quarterback team 6 wants.
Oh, do it.
Good. I love that.
Thanks.
What about the 4th?
Yeah.
So this guy could take Worthy. Perfect.
Oh, we're up.
Worthy's pretty nice.
If Goddard's available to us, do we think we try and push it to get Goddard,
I'd go Goddard
now?
Yeah.
Goddard now. The teams after us don't have a ton of incentive to draft Chiefs. They're not really drafting with logic, so it's hard to say. But
this guy, who knows what he's doing? Because
I know. It's.
Yeah, let's take Goddard.
I like it. I think we should be like pushing for these big teams, especially when it doesn't cost us anything to miss out on Worthy. Like obviously we want him, but it's not like, geez, there's our Super Bowl running back.
Well, it's a round 1 advance rate piece, so it keeps tight end tight. So this guy's just gonna start sniping us now.
Fair enough.
Goodbye.
This is a team where I would take Pacheco too, because you have Barkley covering running back.
Yeah, this is a great team to take Pacheco for sure.
Pacheco, Hollywood, Terry.
And you run out of draftable Eagles so quickly.
I might be Terry here.
I'd go Terry.
Let's do Terry. Let's go Terry.
Gets us the Daniels play.
I love it.
Yeah.
Man.
And if Washington and Philly, if they both win, can't play each other in round 2. So.
Yep.
No, well, Kelsey doesn't play round 1, Charles. Just so you guys know, Kelsey doesn't play round 1, so that's why we took Goddard.
This is a fun one.
Yeah, for sure.
Sierra said, "Can we watch Dorito stream instead?" Come on, man.
Testimonials.
Dorito, please wait until we're done to start your stream.
The teams behind us need quarterback because we're getting close to Jaden.
Jaden
no, he already went. So he went right after us.
Jaden already went. You want
Nico?
Pacheco or Hollywood?
No,
we need a Super Bowl receiver more than
Rex
because we have the
Hollywood.
double tight end.
Hollywood.
Let's take Hollywood.
And then are we thinking Sutton, Knicks?
Sutton Knicks makes a lot of sense to me.
What other quarterback
I
options
don't know if
do
I'd
we
be
have?
yet.
I'd be fine with Naked Baker and Jalen McMillan or something like
I
that.
kind of be that way too, especially since like Mahomes is such a low-scoring quarterback. I wouldn't mind playing for a quarterback who's likely to play in round 2 as well. Whereas like Knicks is obviously a very big dog.
Yeah,
we're immediately blowing up the Terry piece in round 2 if we go Baker.
We have to take Baker here.
I consider what other quarterbacks do we have then that won't like self-implode?
Sutton Knicks.
Yeah.
Sutton's
that's
going against the
self-imploding
Bills.
anyways,
He's going to have to score points.
True.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I think we go off the beaten path here and go Sutton. Or, I mean, we could go Hopkins, but
no,
I think we go
I
Sutton.
don't mind pushing that one. I think maybe the only other option would have been like Cup Stafford for another person or another duo that is more likely to play more games. They probably do project less for Sutton Knicks by a little bit, to be fair.
Yeah, the other one would be like Dobbins Herbert, but we don't need the run.
Herbert QJ too. Herbert QJ.
But there's
you
a
want to
team
do
with
Herbert?
Lad. Would we be able to get both of them? I'd be.
Lad's gone by a mile, I'm sure.
Oh, we got
took
that.
I think I was Baker McMillan too. I kind of like that.
No consensus there. I took Dobbins because it opens up Herbert and then it opens up QJ.
Okay.
And it will possibly open a second Super Bowl, right? Like we can get enough of that Super Bowl too. I think.
Yeah. It's just that they're like a better team. They're actually likely to win round 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're all.
I think that was the right move. I haven't thought too much about it, but I think that was correct.
And Herbert could be a pretty decent scoring quarterback.
But I think we have to take Herbert here because the McConkey
we have to take Herbert here
next to us.
Yeah,
good call. Yep.
This guy doesn't have a quarterback, so
McConkey team has Hurts, but they also have not, and they have another quarterback. Oh, but the fact that six hole though is definitely a team that could just wild card quarterback us. Like,
yeah, he shouldn't take Herbert. Like, it would be a terrible pick, but I bet you.
No, he'll take Baker, dude. He'll take.
It would also be terrible for the 5 hole to take Herbert.
Yeah, but I mean, these teams have drafted terribly so far. What's doing so now? Like,
yeah, nah, 6 hole's gonna take Baker, 100%.
I don't know if 5 hole just took McMillan.
You know, we could go Hunt.
5 hole just
too,
took
by the way.
McMillan.
This would be a good spot to take Hunt.
We should.
Yeah, for sure. I like
push
that.
QJ.
Yeah, push QJ. This guy's like, man, why did this guy take Jalen McMillan from me? I had Mike Evans and I wanted to get that done.
I had the nuts until he took Jalen McMillan.
And there goes Sutton. This is probably the right path. I'm just like, I see Baker and I'm like, oh, 3 touchdowns. He's gonna get my Mahomes team through, or my.
I know we won 2 games in McLaurin, and they're very live to beat them. So I hate, unless they have to, but like we have going Chargers is a very viable.
No, it's the right call. It's the right call. I would take Hunt here first.
Yeah.
Are there any super bye week heavy teams that could possibly draft? And there's no Chiefs on our left either. If we wanted to get QJ,
Goff's over here, but he's got Daniels and no.
I think it's Hunt.
Chargers. I think we go.
I think Hunt.
I'm fine with that too.
Trust the sidekick here.
Yeah.
When in doubt.
Sitting at the top quietly. Oh, QJ goes. Damn it.
All right, who's the next Charger up?
There really isn't one because Josh Palmer's not going to play this week.
It's Disley.
Yeah, Disley's fine. Can we still build a live? We got to be able to build a live bad Chargers Eagles team.
I think so because we go Herbert, Dobbins, Barkley,
Disley, Smith.
Oh, we don't have the receivers for it. I think we only have. Yeah, we wouldn't have a receiver.
Darius.
If we
I want to say Dotson on this team later.
Oh yeah, good call for sure, and it adds a living body to our Eagles Chiefs as well. Like he's not scoring points, but
theoretically not a 0.
He runs a lot of routes. I thought like, oh, okay, this guy must run 4 routes a game because of how few points he scores. He's out there a lot and contributes nothing.
Yeah, it's always it's bad when Eagles is like completely in structure, and I'm like, it'll be faster to type Dotson in than find him in the sidekick.
Oh.
He's only like 5 down still.
If Palmer was going to play in round 1, he's banged up. That would be like a instant click, but like that's not the point of him on this team for the most part.
Yeah. All right. One more?
Yeah, we should be able to get that full Eagle stack this time.
Dotson, baby.
Johnny Wilson, baby. Johnny Wilson, bring him down.
Do you want Johnny Wilson?
No, I don't care. It's fine.
Look, the Eagles don't want Johnny Wilson. We certainly don't want
him.
Do we have one more? No, we're good.
Yeah, no, oh, okay, yeah. We needed this is for the Chargers Super Bowl is why we took Dotson.
But also, we don't just want one flex for that Super Bowl. Like we'd love a lot of polls at like, what if Justin Watson catches the long touchdown? What if it's Jahan?
Oh, we could have taken Palmer. But
yeah, I think he's a long shot to play this week.
Okay. It's more for the Super Bowl. But
at that point, though, just play for the more likely Super Bowl outcome or take an Eagle. Like,
yeah,
he contributes to both. Obviously, Palmer does like easily project for more points when he plays, but
yep. All right. Out of the 3 hole here.
I mean, we'd probably be the first team in the tournament to go Barkley, Brown, Hurts, Smith. So
I'm still angry about that team. All right. So Fisher says, can't explain it, but feels like if the Eagles make the Super Bowl, then Calcaterra scoring a 1-yard touchdown on some BS play. I can explain it. You've been watching the Davis Maddock YouTube channel. That's the only way that idea gets in your brain. Calcaterra It's been drafted more on that channel than I think anywhere else in the country. Who was the third wide receiver on the Eagles in previous years that G loved?
Was it Zacchaeus? Quez?
No, it's definitely not Zacchaeus. I thought it was Aguilar, honestly. It was Zacchaeus? I don't think so. Never. I don't think so. I don't even
Quez used
remember.
to
That's
be.
how. Quez. It was Quez. It was Quez.
Okay.
Have you
It was-
considered
Quez was fun.
it was Travis Fulgham?
Dude,
No,
that
it's
4-game
Quez.
stretch.
What a remember this guy.
Yeah, Travis Fulgham. He's a great remember this guy, but like you almost don't remember him, which makes him a little tough.
I had to really search the Rolodex for that one. Like
Rich
took-
man's
Yeah.
Kenny Galladay.
Dude, as soon as you said Quez Watkins, I'm like, oh, that was the guy 100%. Because I used to go,
This is how I know
Quez!
Daniel's still young. He thinks Kenny Galladay is like a bad, gross player. Kenny Galladay used to be
No,
awesome.
he was good. He had that one good year, and then the Giants gave him 4 years, $72 million. And I think Andrew
they
Thomas,
ran bad, is what we call that.
the left tackle of the Giants had more career receiving touchdowns than Kenny Galladay and Kadarius Toney combined, I believe.
All right, we going for it? Are we Dorito, or what do we want to do? Should we just try to be Dorito for the rest of the
Sure.
week?
Why not?
I've typically been going Hurts here because I find I get screwed by someone doing bad things and
Dorito!
ruining quarterback for me. But
It just becomes a 12-hour live stream.
We're going to get this team. We're going to build
We're
it right
doing it,
now.
baby. We're gonna. The whole point of the stream, it was to talk about advancing 1 of 6. It is now to try to draft a team we saw someone else draft 3 drafts ago.
look, imagine if we got that team though, that exact team, and we got to the Super Bowl, and we also had P Ryan, and we're like, suck it, Dorito, you are screwed.
Oh, dude, you don't have Gainwell on your team. It sucks.
Yeah.
Hurts by the next pick. God damn it. We're
It's not
so
happening.
far from getting the Dorito.
We're just gonna draft an identical team as the one we did. Oh no, we're not because
Oh,
we're
we're
screwed.
not.
I told you.
We're screwed. All
Herbert.
Derrick
Lad.
Henry.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
AJ
AJ Brown.
this is
AJ
awesome.
Brown.
Yeah. So we're gonna get the Dorito, but with the Eagle or with the Chargers, but also with Justin Herbert. That's like basically the Dorito.
Yeah, I mean it's like the Dorito, but better.
Yeah, we're gonna have more
No one-
active
no one
players. for
hurts
sure.
on that team.
It's like Doritos, the Cool Ranch version. I love it. Let's go.
It's Cool Ranch Dorito. Oh no! All right.
If Devonta comes back, I'm so down to take him.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, we're easily taking him. He's not. He's like, it's no question you take him.
Yeah, he's a no-brainer. Because the other thing is like we have to keep other teams open for advance rate and / Super Bowl
Mhm.
stuff. So it's nice and clean here.
Yeah,
Feels
and we
good.
forced this guy in the 4th round to take Dallas Goedert. Yeah, got to take him, buddy.
I mean, Goddard could make it back to us.
Mhm.
I think this guy would take him in the 4th.
Yeah, he's gonna have to, for sure.
Could be a Darnold team.
We got Bry H from the 102 here in this draft.
Decent. I mean, not objectionable.
No, it's a good start.
It's no Dorito though.
I've taken Jefferson and then played for Andrews more there, but I like mixing it up. I need to do more of that. Just grab Andrews and then take Puka. I also no, but yeah, it's one of those two for me. I think.
I think I'm Lad here.
Yeah.
Goddard.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah,
glad.
Lad becomes a must. The team doesn't have any purpose without him. Like literally.
It's a coin flip game by Vegas, and we're all writing off the Texans.
And we're.
But to make a
rightfully doing
run,
just
like
that.
it's not just about this game. It's like who can get like hot and play well enough. to
Also,
actually
Goddard
win
makes
Super
it
Bowl.
back to us, but I think the teams on our upcoming side of the board don't have a purpose for him. So just take Lad, who like we're betting it all on.
Well, they have
this guy
AFC
just lost
quarterbacks. I think
Kerrane.
both could easily take Goddard. Actually,
They've already both committed to NFC wide receivers. Not that like that ends their odds of getting Goddard, but they've committed to NFC wide receivers too, that are not obviously Eagles.
the team is dead if we don't have Ladd. So I think we take
Yeah.
him, but I highly doubt we get Goddard.
And then, how early do we prioritize Herbert?
Pretty early.
I'm
Yeah.
not prioritizing. No one else is going to take him. We got Lad. We
We've
take
got
JK.
Yeah, we take
JK,
JK and then we
Once
take Herbert.
JK
Yeah.
becomes a big priority. Yeah.
I think
But
I'm
we
Goddard
could
here if he
detour.
falls.
Like we could take a Bucky. We don't have to.
Yeah, we could basically
It's
take
pretty
3
cool.
other NFC pieces and then fill out with like a billion Chargers. So we have 2 NFC teams facing guaranteed has to be Chargers.
Right.
Would Jacobs be the because Evans went, right?
Presumably, yeah.
I like Bucky just as
Yeah,
much.
Yeah, Evans
went
went a
that way.
long time ago. So, oh well, Jacobs can't be the guy because we have Eagles. I wouldn't want to.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we can't do Jacobs,
Good
and we
catch, Kyle.
can't do Texans.
So Terry.
So we could do Terry. Yeah, we could.
Yeah,
do
it's either Terry
We don't-
or we go Bucks, but we concede that we don't.
Oh,
have
there goes
Evans.
Terry.
Well, that sucks.
I think I'm Bucky here.
I think I'm Bucky too.
Okay.
Do we want to? Are we then going 3 running backs because Dobbins is still on the board
Yeah.
and makes a lot of sense for us? I'm fine with that. I was just curious.
Yeah, no, I think we go 3 running backs for
Yeah.
sure.
Only other thing could have been like Addison and then maybe Hawkinson later.
That's
And
fair.
then you get like Addison, Hawkinson, Ladd, Dobbins, Herbert, Disley,
Disley.
and Johnston or whatever. Just not
Well,
bad, but
that's pretty fair.
Yeah,
I don't think we did anything wrong.
That's interesting.
Both of
Bucky's
them,
such
I
a
think,
good
would work
piece.
just fine. Yeah, Bucky's so good.
He's so good. Is Otten gonna play?
He is, but I think he
He's so
sucks.
bad. Yeah.
Now that Jalen McMillan has turned it on, he's like obsolete, pretty much.
I mean, like he literally had 4 usable games, and it was just a coincidence that it's all the ones that Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
But they were more than usable. He was blowing up.
Oh, they were great, but like he immediately repumpkined. He was full pumpkin, 110% the moment Evans came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as Evans came back, the target.
They were good
shot-
games. You're right, though. They were like he was playing
They're
the number
very
1
good
receiver
games.
role, but
I mean,
I
his
think that was
competition was
probably,
only
like-
Sterling.
This 3 and 4 ain't bad for our start. It is bad compared to 4 and 4 though.
yeah. Wait till Justin Herbert drops a 30 in the Super Bowl, bud.
They outlawed the tush push right before the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Dude, like I'm telling you, the DK drafters, when you're like, well, if they just do the smart thing, you've lost. If you're playing that game with them,
Yeah.
I could see this 4-hole guy just taking JK, just like spite us here.
wouldn't be the end of the world though, because we
What-
have running backs.
What
for
have we
both.
done to deserve spite? We've been in our lane. We've been extremely. in
Well,
our
they
lane.
took Hurts, and then we started taking Eagles, is what they would
They
say. But it
passed
doesn't
on
matter if
AJ.
It doesn't matter if they take. Oh, true.
He
they
got in
passed
our
on-
lane. We had Barkley. What you're supposed
True,
to do is
yeah,
allow
true.
us to get AJ Brown, then Hurts, then
Dobbins doesn't matter for this team a ton though, because we have 2 running backs already. Like it's not the end of the world if we don't get him. Obviously, we'll just take him and flex him. But
There we go.
Are we
Because
Dobbins Herbert with our next 2?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. And these guys don't need Herbert, so we should be good.
Dobbins, Herbert, McMillan, Disley. I guess it's kind of like
Johnston.
does also have to be a Kate Otten team because we need the tight end points. I guess that was probably a big reason to go Addison Hawkinson, but because like I like Disley, but he's projected for 7.2 DK, and we can't get an Eagles tight end. Obviously, like he's already gone unless we go Grant.
I heard he's
God,
catching
they're-
a 1-yard touchdown in the Super Bowl.
We could
We gotta
still
make it there.
go Hawkinson. I don't really care.
True.
Like,
Yeah, I think that'd be fine.
Yeah,
I
if
think
we
we
can't
go
go
Herbert
Herbert.
first.
I don't think
If-
anyone's going to take Herbert.
I
so let's go
would.
get- Mahomes needs a quarterback.
Both of them need
That's-
quarterbacks. We have to take Herbert.
We
coming up.
have to take Herbert.
That's a Jaden Daniels team right there, bro.
Mhm.
That's what it is.
I think all 3 of these teams could think themselves to be Justin Herbert teams.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
I don't
they
know what
shouldn't
this
be,
guy's doing. He could take Herbert QJ easily. He doesn't
Okay.
have anything set up.
Yeah, Herbert quite easily here. It's just it's Herbert or bust.
Yeah.
I guess it
Did
could.
Darnold go? I guess Darnold's there, but he's probably eyeing.
No, it doesn't
Darnold
matter.
high.
It's Herbert. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no need to risk
I
that.
I think the ripcord here would have been like Baker and then go like just concede that all of our Eagles became advance rate pieces if we like got sniped on Herbert.
Yeah, but because we went Chargers, it's actually difficult. Now we're betting like Chargers
could-
Bucks Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. I
The
think that's just
Chargers,
like that's
Eagles.
literally what we're eliminated to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying
He
if
could-
Herbert got taken from us, that's like the last grasp we would have had.
Team 5 is going to take Darnold, and then Team 6 is probably going to take McMillan or just straight up naked Baker.
I think they're looking at Jordan Love.
I think these guys are still thinking Chase might make the playoffs.
Daniels unstacked.
I mean, they have. I mean, I don't know what this person's
Goff.
doing, but they have Goff. So like, just bank a lot of points.
Yeah.
30. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got QJ here, McMillan. This is a team that could.
I'm taking.
This is a team that could go Josh Palmer too, even if he doesn't play in round one. We're not in need of the points.
I think QJ makes a ton of sense here.
Oh yeah, QJ
For
first,
sure.
but
So we're definitely taking Will Dissly, right? And then who's the other tight end we're taking?
Yeah, Disley's got to be our next pick, just because it's another one. We're like, this is what makes the team go.
Him. Yeah.
What is left at tight end? Tight end's a spot where I would not mind an advance rate piece.
Ertz, Kraft, Frymouth, Schultz.
Well, we don't want Kraft. We don't want Kraft. We don't want Kraft because
of Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really Frymouth. Ertz is probably the advance rate piece, but we have to take Dissly first.
Correct. Yep.
And there's a Daniels drafter down here, so we probably lose.
If it's Freiermuth though over Ertz, it's fine.
The Daniels drafter has yet to take another commander, so I'm cautiously.
Yeah, true. They don't need to stack him, and they do have a tight end already. So, but I think it's just easily Dissly for the fact that we have no active Super Bowl tight end right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd definitely take Dissly here for sure. Oh, Sidekick says Keon Coleman, huh?
Yeah, I guess there's a good odds of making Super Bowl or making the conference championship against.
Yeah, we haven't decided our second AFC team, but I think it's Dissly first.
So on the Sidekick here, you can see they have a 32% chance of playing the Chargers in the conference championship game. So that's why you're seeing Coleman, which is a good pick for the later round. It's just that if we don't get Dissly on this team,
it's over. Dead. Like it's a Grant Calcaterra team. Yeah, and Kate Otten or whatever.
There's no other option.
Yeah. The middle ground.
But Coleman would be fine if he's there as an advance rate piece.
I mean, I'd like push it with him though. We have AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, who both project well, playing round one. Ladd projects well.
I think it's more of like a round two advance rate or three.
This team's also like real dusted if the Eagles don't make it past round one, anyways. So
yeah. Pickens is available.
Not anymore.
No, he's not.
Okay.
Jamar Chase.
Ertz is still here.
He's still playing. He's still picking.
He's still picking, yeah. But if he doesn't take Ertz, I think we should get him. And he's outside of structure, but
Ty Johnson, come on down. Let's go.
Like half of the picks.
We had to for someone else.
Man. It feels like half of the picks in these drafts are like the little Sasquatch meme where he's like pointing at himself when he got picked without expecting it, just like the Jane Daniels.
Should we take Frymouth?
Yeah, that's good. That's good with me. Yeah.
Frymouth. Yeah.
I think that even still probably leaves open. I guess it kind of leaves open Kate Otten if we just want another tight end because all of them suck. It leaves us with not having drafted a lot of receivers, but also go ahead.
In my opinion, you should just say screw it. Like, hey, if these tight ends don't do it, this team's dead anyways. Like getting a third one and then like trying to overcompensate for it. I don't know. I'd rather just take another skill position guy, like wide receiver.
I think though, like Pat, what you were saying is like we have AJ Brown, Devonta. Like if we actually do get a Chargers Eagles Super Bowl, we've locked up the four highest scoring wide receivers, and there's a chasm between 4 and 5.
True. Yeah,
who else is like really draftable?
Palmer is the only one on the top of the list, and then it's like
we have 2 rounds.
Is there any thought to Baker?
Nah.
No. I think we take Otten.
I think so too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we are truly like we would then be having to go Jahan and Palmer. Like, do we really need? Oh, you said we had 2 more.
I've said one more like 8 times, but one more.
That's fine.
Always one more.
This is I think we just need to start with the 102, and then we can rip the quad
What do you
eagles.
call it?
But
The Hertz team doesn't have Goddard, does he? So let's check the Hertz team.
You got nothing.
The
Oh,
Hertz
game
team
one. Perfect. He's
had
good.
had a bad time.
I mean, they got a bunch of the good Ravens,
Bunch of the good Ravens,
but yeah,
but it didn't quite come together, right? Because you get
we just
Gainwell,
took all
Hurts,
of the good
Henry.
Eagles.
Yeah.
And you said this earlier. They set themselves up for that. Like this is a very real possibility when you're taking Hurts and and you pass on AJ Brown with the next.
When you pass on AJ Brown, yeah,
it's
just dangerous.
I get
yeah,
like
this team is what I do like, because people ask like, what did you do when you get boxed out, and like, should you draft to like, just advance, just take all the high projected guys and just get it through? I don't think that at all. I think you draft something weird that's very unlikely to happen, but if it happens, now you have the nuts.
Yeah,
and we
honestly,
have the nuts
like
on the Chargers Eagles Super Bowl now.
They're or I guess I was thinking of also that her team next to us got in like a weird spot. Like we both competing for Eagles put each other in weird spots. They probably maybe took a decent amount of advance rate players that you didn't need to. But if they can build a full Super Bowl, like, imagine a Super Bowl in which Lamar throws for a lot and Jalen Hurts runs for a lot. Like that's not that uncommon.
Yeah.
And I think we had a very different approach in that we don't have a super high Super Bowl probability, but we have the opposite approach of we project for a ton in the Super Bowl we drafted for.
Right.
Which I think is like the best we could have possibly done.
That's definitely a good point. I was just thinking about like you saying getting unique, and I'm like, hey man, I was like probably one of the only guys that had Baker and all the Cleveland Browns when I won. Like no one had them and no one drafted them, period. Everyone wrote Cleveland off because they were playing Big Ben and the Steelers.
What a game.
Yeah, exactly. And that game was like 45-38, something like that. Something crazy. So
yeah. Harbaugh's a competent coach. I think you're at least bet. Also, the Texans stink is pretty.
Yeah, I don't think they're even underdogs. I think
they're favored.
Yeah,
they're favored.
Yeah.
And you're right, Pat. The Texans are 100-1 to win the Super Bowl, at least on FanDuel. Chargers are 28-1. So despite that game basically being a pick'em, books are telling us that the Texans are dead on arrival in future.
Yep.
Do you guys have any thoughts on that? Like, what's up with Stroud? Like, do you think just people adjusted to him playing, or what?
Pressure. I think he's not that mobile. He's fast, but he doesn't really run. And he's I think he's one of these guys, if you put him in a good situation, he will make plays. He's like
a fraud.
He's like
is
aggressive
what you call
Tua.
that.
No, it's like
no, that is a fraud. If you're calling him X version of Tua, fraud applies.
What about like
aggressive Goff?
I was gonna say Goff with more juice.
You want to do?
I guess if you just give him every good weapon in the NFL and the best offensive coordinator, then he's not a fraud. Classic.
I will say Tunzel has fallen off this year a little bit from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true.
I think that's true in the numbers too.
He's had a lot of interior pressure, I think, as well.
Tons of penalties, poorly coached team. The offensive
tons of penalties. Yeah,
seems like having
their
incentive. The offensive
center,
they're incentivized for every first down run they have, only if it gains at most 2 yards.
The center is Scruggs, right? I think he's been out too, right? So
yeah, Juice Scruggs.
Yeah.
And weirdly, the Texans have been way more pass heavy on early downs lately. It was like the moment they lost all of their good wide receivers, they're like, well, I guess we can try passing. Like, but your time for like trying to air it out is long gone. You're done.
Dude, I see this Derrick Henry Amon-Ra start, and I'm always
understand that start.
Why don't you just take JJ? Like, I don't get it.
Do we push QB?
I would push QB here, yeah.
We could take Jameson here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the Henry St. Brown start, I just don't. I mean, maybe it's a spot where you're like, oh, I'm only going to get a good team 1 out of 100 times, but it's a monster when you do. I just don't see how it's worth it.
I'm trying to process this, and I'm just like, man, you're never going to get back Goff. Like, you're never. And then I
guess the thing is, there's actually a decent chance they get back Goff in the event that we take Mahomes. No one else at that point wants Goff. But that's like
the Barkley guy would take Goff. I do that.
A Barkley advance rate to move Goff around.
Yeah,
or whatever.
you're like, Goff's a bye week player. It's hard to advance. Take Saquon. They don't meet until the conference championship. Goff and Saquon are fine.
I don't love that though, especially in that
too.
spot, because if you take Goff there, you're probably like knowing that the next person took Gibbs. If they had just taken Goff, they have a Goff Laporta team headed to the Super Bowl, and not much.
You might get Jameson there. I mean, we took Jameson obviously.
I know. I think you're not super likely to get Jameson there. Because
you probably are because you take Jameson in the second, push Goff around. Because
you also run the risk of either of those first two teams saying, well, what if Lamar advances me Goff, in the same way they said it about Barkley. And on DK, that is something that they will do, especially.
Yeah, Goff for sure.
Yeah, I know, but I still make them do it because it's so bad to take two quarterbacks in your first three picks that I'm kind of happy if not happy, but I live with it. Goff here.
Easily, yeah.
Question, Daniel, if you won a tournament with three quarterbacks, is that true?
That was a rookies and sophomores tournament.
Oh, rookies and sophomores.
Do not think that 3 QBs in playoff best ball is advisable. But if like the underdog people were getting creative, like 4-team draft super flex would be pretty fun.
Are we going for Worthy, or do you want to Shakir?
Lad's
good too. Yeah,
Lad's good too. Bucky.
If Worthy's here, I would go Worthy. Yeah,
we're betting a lot on advance rates or on bye week stuff. I'm almost going to go Shakir.
I'm fine with Shakir. I mean,
I'm in for that. I'll do that. Yeah, I really don't have a big problem though being like it's 5 or 6 straight.
But I like the Bills better than the Chiefs anyway. So you get the bonus. I think the Bills
would just take Chiefs because their Super Bowl odds are a lot better. It's because of the bye week, obviously, but
it's because of the bye week, and then the Bills have to play the Ravens most likely. But if the Bills I think the Bills would be like 1-point favorites in Arrowhead, maybe.
I'm smashing Lad here if he comes back.
Yeah. I mean, the Bills are a better team. I don't think it's like even a question of them versus the Chiefs. It's simply the fact that the Chiefs have an insanely easier path to make the Super Bowl.
They do. But yeah, I like the Bills. I like betting on the Bills and Ravens to make runs. I'm probably light Chiefs this year because I just like the winner of Bills Ravens. I think is gonna be they're gonna be favored against the Chiefs.
I think we're Lad here. We wanted Lad last round.
Only other question would be Kincaid, because if we end up playing for the more likely Super Bowl, we want the tight end.
Okay. I kind of want the skill position player, but that's just me. I'm greedy.
I don't know.
Yeah, we can get Knox or something. I think McConkey's a pretty nice piece for this start.
Especially if we're doing that 1 of 6 thing that we're talking about, like, hey, it's a 1 of 6 team. He's a high level skill position player. It's PPR on DraftKings. We got 2.
We are doing it. We have to do it.
We have to. Yeah, we have to. And then you can go Dobbins here, or I think Dobbins is the right pick. Do you want?
I would probably go Bills wide. It doesn't matter. I guess whatever.
Amari. Yeah.
I was gonna say Bills wide receiver because the Allen team to our left would probably just double tap Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could also go Amari and then Herbert. Yeah.
Sorry, what'd you say, Pat?
We could go Terry and go try to play for Daniels.
Yeah, I like opening that.
I'd probably go Amari because we're going to start running quickly out of Bills, whatever.
I think
are just so uninspiring outside of Shakir.
Kyle, Kyle, I think I'm Amari too. I think I'm Amari there too.
Yeah, because
I
like,
feel like
now our Super Bowl team that is Bills Lions is got, obviously it has Gibbs and JMO, but then we start losing a lot of the Bills firepower receivers. We didn't get St. Brown. We're probably we're going.
I'm more worried about tight end, but
yeah, but that's the thing is like, imagine, so say, Knox
Daniels
scores a
we
touchdown.
lost Daniels. Look, these shitty Bills receivers are still here. No one wants them. You know,
Allen team fumbled the bag, not going all the Bills.
All right, let's go. Cooper.
So do you want to take Herbert because the other guy?
I'd go Herbert, then take our shitty Bills receiver.
Yeah,
I would go shitty receiver 2x.
Daniels is still there. I'd go Bills.
Yeah, I think we go Bills, guys.
Kyle,
yeah, because like assuming we show up to that Bills Super Bowl is like we're making up ground at tight end. Like we're probably not outscoring them. The hope is that Knox comes within 2 of Laporte or whatever. He gets a touchdown. And then I think if that happens, we need to have as many bases at receiver covered as possible. So like the weird receiver outcomes that other teams haven't built for, we can like gain our ground.
Yeah, we've got outs. We've got yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like it.
So the only hesitation I have about Daniels is that he's going to play Goff in the next round.
We're also going to have to pull the trigger on Kincaid super early because Allen team does not have him.
You mean Knox?
Either. Yeah. Or sorry, Knox. You're right.
I think
are you guys Daniels or Herbert?
I think I'm a skill position. But go ahead.
I would just go Daniels. I think
I'm Daniels because it gets us Ertz.
Okay.
I think for the most part, we're probably just playing for Lions, Chargers, Lions, Bills. Like whatever we do elsewise is probably just to advance. I don't.
Right.
Like we're not building a Chargers, Commanders Super Bowl at this point.
But we don't have a tight end yet.
Yeah, exactly. And we didn't have a quarterback playing in round 1. So it's fine to take those guys because they project for points, but they're not in any shape really a part of our Super Bowl plans.
Brock Wright, come on down.
100%. Tim Patrick's is a good pick if he gets back to us.
Mm-hmm.
We can push Ertz, but let's see. Well, by ADP, there's not like a lot at the top.
What's up with running back? Because we only have Gibbs.
Yeah,
good point.
This is a good Ty Johnson team. Like maybe we bank the 14 points in round 1, but he'll also help us in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I think it's Brian. Take Austin Eckler. Take Austin Eckler, dude.
We'll probably take both, frankly, because we need to get through.
Yeah, I'd take one now.
So Ertz,
I would go Robinson now. We could also double the bad.
I think Ertz is Robinson probably.
Yeah. Okay.
We can also go. We could go Davis
away.
And Ty Johnson. Take more like low probability shots that also would help us in the Super Bowl.
That's a good call.
Your thoughts on Eckler? I feel like he is going to play well. He's been off for a bit. Scrambled eggs. The guy is looking good in that last game. I was like, wow.
Concussion bump.
Yeah, I think he's looking pretty good compared to B-Rob, but maybe I'm just overthinking it since he played more snaps.
This Ertz?
I think Ertz, yeah. No, I'm down to take Eckler too, but then we need.
We're starting to forego a lot of Super Bowl players.
Yeah.
And especially like Eckler, he projects obviously for more than Ty Johnson, but like not a ton more. And Ty Johnson is in our Super Bowl plans.
And once we have Robinson.
Yeah, we don't need Eckler anymore. We have B-Rob.
We also like really, really need Knox.
Yeah, he'd probably be the first tight end.
It's Knox, Johnson, and Patrick, I think.
I think I take Tim Patrick first, but
Knox we don't have a Super Bowl roster if we don't get Knox. And we barely have one if we get.
Yeah, we're taking Brock Wright if we don't get Knox. That's
true.
Is Brock Wright that much worse than Dawson Knox?
Yes, and as someone who thinks
better, but
As someone who actively thinks Dawson Knox is terrible, the answer to that question is still yes.
Okay.
All right. I think we have to take Knox.
Yeah.
Okay.
Team's dead without him. Great team. You know it's a great team when it's dead without Dawson Knox.
All right,
That's how
Pat,
you know you
reg
drafted it.
for one more. We can't end on this.
All right, fine.
So it's the final draft as long as it doesn't include Dawson Knox.
Yeah.
Well, there are some good teams that can.
allowed to leave.
No, there's some good teams that can include Dawson Knox, but a lot of bad teams include Dawson Knox. That's the confusing part.
All right, so we have Patrick.
Yeah. I'll let you guys pick. We only have 2 running backs. I guess Ty Johnson would be a decent pick. But
I think Ty Johnson's like nuts.
Okay.
Patrick's tied to Goff though, but I'm down to take Ty Johnson.
Yeah, like Brian Robinson projects for so few points in round 1 that like we really need to start like a player that has some projected points in round 1 at running back, which we need, and also happens to fill into our Super Bowl plans, is a really nice pick there.
Yeah. It said 2 picks away on the tab, so I thought we were going to throw 102, but yeah, so 103 again.
Classic blunder.
No 102s. No 102s today.
Are we just gonna forego a running back this time and just say, you know what, we're taking Hurts? Just be like, switch it up.
Dude, the 3 sucks.
I don't like the 3. I like the 4. The 1 and the 2 are awesome. I like the 4. I don't love the 5. 6 is okay.
3's
the worst.
3's the worst by far. You know how like last year, it feels very much like last year, where the thing is the 49ers and Chiefs ADPs, where it's like you either got the 1 or the 2 pick, and you're like, I guess I'll just take all the good players from this very likely Super Bowl. When you have the Allen and Lamar teams, like clearly the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFL this year, and then James Cook typically makes it. You don't get Derrick Henry with Lamar, but James Cook makes it there. Mark Andrews makes it there. Khalil Shakir makes it there. Like all of those 2 players, the board just does line up where like, I guess I'll take the best team and all the best players on the best team.
It's so nice. That to me is how you build in the high stakes stuff. You do stuff like that. You're just like, I'm just going to take, you just hope you obviously need to be in the right draft spot, but like you just draft like really clean, really ideologically, because that's what you're getting with the, more 2 of 6 or even 3 of 6. Like now I'm like not playing for advance rate at all. I'm just playing to like have the best possible Super Bowl team / conference championship team. Because you can just dominate. If you have one of those teams and your whole roster's in the conference championship, like you will smash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a shout out to what the chat was saying. The Rams game, if there's some issue, is going to be played in Arizona. So yeah, that's correct.
Dorito going to do it again. Dorito's
at the 4 though. At the 4.
All right. What we know.
Let's
Doritos
just beat him to the punch.
Saquon.
Yeah.
Yep. Make him give us Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown.
I'm sure he'll do that.
You owe us, You owe us.
I'm not rooting for it to happen, but the funniest outcome is he starts like other Eagles and then just builds a super team with the rest of it.
Well, the funniest outcome is he builds the Lions because now we're out of his lane, so he just goes like,
he gets the Lions super team. He gets the Goff, St. Brown, Laporta, J-Mo, and then like also all of the good advance rate pieces make it to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was debating.
He's going to let us have it. Just need 4 more picks to go by without the highest projected player in round 1 to
something completely improbable to occur.
Do you believe in miracles?
Oh, no, I don't. Jalen Hurts just went.
Well, we know what we're doing.
Great call, by the way. The Al Michaels, do you believe in miracles? Call. He said that off the cuff. That's pretty good. Pretty good by Al there.
Confusing start by the 1-6, so business as usual.
I scratch my head every time. What are we taking here, Devonta?
Yeah.
Slim Reaper.
I
Yeah,
think we take Devonta for sure.
and then we mark the AFC ground.
Oh, Dorito.
Dude.
What are you doing, buddy?
I think he had
Oh.
to.
No,
He's got
Goff was
Goff.
there. He could have just
He's
gone
got
Goff.
Oh,
He
Well, I
should've
mean,
done
it's
it.
still
He
Devonta.
could have taken JMO. He could have taken JMO and pushed Goff. We could have pushed.
Yeah,
the-
you're right.
What do we do now?
We
It's
take
still
Devonta.
Devonta.
playing the
Get
Chargers.
ready to
take
learn
one
Chargers
Well,
Smith.
once again.
we could take JMO would be the other option because we're gonna take Goff.
I'd go Smith here.
I go Slim.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, you
And
could
you know
play at that point, though. You have to play Lions. Like, okay, what if the Lions make the Super Bowl, but their two best players don't score a lot? Which is absolutely like it will happen. They'll make it to the Super Bowl, and
Well, why not?
they-
Why not just bet that one of their best players does score a lot?
That's
we don't.
boring.
The Lions, we can't get one of their best players.
We could go.
Well, I mean,
JMO.
JMO could score a bunch of points. Like,
Yeah,
Sure,
we
sure,
can
you
go
don't
yeah.
want to take Goff.
Yeah, the thing
Yeah.
is, JMO could score a bunch of points, but also we need Gibbs and St. Brown to not score a bunch of points.
I think the Lions are gonna be so hard to advance that you show up with Goff, Jameson, and then you build out a good AFC thing on the other side, and you could be more than fine.
Yeah, I think the thing is though, like in a I obviously wouldn't have mattered. The thing is though, is I think in a tournament as large as the $20 is, with how many like 100,000 people are in it, 2 or 3 teams are going to make the 544 person final with that full Lions vertical, and they'll just have it won. Like that's 0.0001% of the field will advance that team, but the ones that do advance that team have wrapped it up by the Super Bowl.
I think I'm JJ here too, and then we just try to get Lad and do a nice little Herbie stack. Again.
I'm into that. I like that.
Yeah.
I feel better about doing it this way too, and where like, yeah, the Vikings are less likely to make the Super Bowl than the Lions, but I actually feel sort of confident that in the specifically the largest tournament, the $20, that if the Lions make it, the winning team is a pretty big favorite to be the a St. Brown, JMO, Gibbs team.
Unless it's Montgomery outscoring Gibbs.
Could be, yeah. I think that's one of the paths that we could have taken would be JMO and Montgomery and like Patrick or whatever.
This is you got to advance week 1. Everyone emphasizes Super Bowl too much. That's kind of the opposite of the way we kind of think about it. I think everyone's not emphasizing the Super Bowl enough because all the money's at the top. So if you're advancing, if you're planning to advance, you're kind of paying the reg. You have to not only get to the final, but Kyle keeps mentioning, great, I got to the final. I'm blocked by all these super teams. What did I really accomplish? Because the payouts are so top heavy in the final. So you have to be playing to. It's something I feel like I'm checking myself to think about the Super Bowl more, not less. Because, to Kyle's point there, like you want to show up and actually have a chance to finish first. Where all
This
the money
is Lad, right?
I actually think we can go Goddard because the other guys are AFC guys, right?
If the other guys are AFC, it's not a bad call. Or Aaron Jones.
What about Addison? And play
Or Addison, yeah. Addison's ADP is lower than Jones, so if we want to get Jones, maybe that's the way to go. But I also like Addison.
People don't really take Jones because he's looked bad and kind of was hurt.
Yeah, I like the Addison pick there too. And we can also do Dobbins, assuming we're going McConkey, and have running back filled for that Minnesota game as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of this contest playing for the Super Bowl, the top 3 spots combined for 700,000 of a 2 million prize pool. That's for like 40 something percent of the prize pool goes to 3 places out of 117,500 people. Like the top 0.0000001% of teams contribute 40 something percent of the winning dollars. Like all I care about is
35, but yeah.
Oh, 35. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. It's just shy of 40.
Still a
Yeah.
lot of dollars.
I think you're in the wrong tournament if that's the way you're thinking, to be honest. Because you have to just back up 30 seconds and listen to what Kyle said. Because you have to be playing to finish first overall. Which Kincaid being live in the final is a lot more important than Nico, who won't be.
But
right. Aaron Jones
if
here?
no, I
Well,
go
do we want McConkey because
McConkey.
Aaron?
Okay.
Yeah, McConkey sets up
No.
our quote, our favorite AFC team at this point, whereas we can survive a Minnesota Super Bowl versus Chargers without Aaron Jones. I feel less good about that without McConkey.
Yeah, we can get Cam too later if we really need one. He looked pretty decent, and if Aaron Jones is hurt more than he's saying, they're going to split some time. I like this team, the construction. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's not what I wanted to do from the start, but you get pushed into something and you gotta roll with it. So, yeah, well, JM has an interesting comment I want to talk about, but let's get through this pick. What do you think? Dobbins is probably the high priority?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah. What on the board, is there any reason for us like to prioritize Hawkinson because what people have coming up?
Let's see.
No.
One guy's got 2 tight ends, so you're good. And the other
guy doesn't have Vikings.
I mean,
He doesn't
who's
have
the-
Vikings, and he has,
wait.
he has
He has
Puka.
Rams. He has Rams, so he should not.
So
he
yeah.
Theoretically,
We should be very good to push Hawkinson around here. I mean, you say that in the
You
DK
never
draft
know,
knows what
but-
they're going to do, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, let's take Dobbins. All right. Dobbins is real nice here.
Yeah, it's like Dobbins, Hawkinson, and then at some point Herbert, QJ,
Herbert
Disley,
would
and
be
we
next,
pretty much
yeah.
just ship it.
Yeah, we'll just ship it. I do like that plan. You have to show up to the Super Bowl with at least 4 of the top 6 projected scores to the Super Bowl, in my opinion. Big takeaway is not to worry about stacking, correlating round 1, advanced pieces, just raw points. The thing I would note here is that you have to advance 2 more times before the Super Bowl. So there is it's like, are you drafting bye week players in a 1 of 6? In which case, I agree. Like, you just get it through. Like, you have your bye week players coming online the following week, and they'll score a bunch of points. But if you're just drafting like kind of random assortment of round 1 players, Sacrilege has written really compellingly about this, where like you literally run out of like combinations of lineups. So you end up with like only this guy can hit your flex by round 3, and it's such a chaotic sport that is a tough way to advance. You'd like to have a little bit more optionality in terms of which players hit your lineup.
And you will get into some, if you draft a ton, you will find yourself in spots where like you drafted, say the Vikings make a deep run and you drafted the Vikings vertical and like the Chargers vertical or whatever.
Are we sure it's Hawk? Okay.
I was gonna say the same thing, dude. This guy just took 3 quarterbacks. Yeah.
I mean, Dorito taking Herbert wouldn't make much sense, but
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no one has a ton of yeah, I see what you're saying. It's a little sweaty. You're right.
It's probably
it's not that sweaty because we would just take Darnold and then just play
but Darnold
Vikings beat
closes off the Eagles.
Darnold closes off Eagles, so I think that hurts us a lot.
Dorito seems like doing.
It doesn't
just taking the.
It doesn't hurt us that much because we have the chart. We're playing Chargers Super Bowl, and now we just play it through.
But
I mean, we have 2 outs instead of 1, or we have.
And we have the Eagles are the way more probable out too. Like they're way more likely to make the Super Bowl than the Vikings are, just based on like futures odds. Yeah, and you'll like I know
we have enough Vikings that we could add like Akers and Naylor though, and just have Vikings Super Bowl. It wouldn't need to be Chargers.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry. To the point we were making before, where like Sack was saying he got in some pods where like he was guaranteed to win. Not like, oh, I'm a very big favorite. Like he had the same players as everyone else and other flex players, and they did not have other flex players. Not that you find yourself like that's an extreme example of what we're describing. Herbert Beasley.
Yeah, there's going to be a insane amount of dead teams starting in round 2 with how people draft. That's true. There's going to be dead teams, but like you are risking getting blocked by a team that isn't dead. Like is one team gets out of those pods, and you could get pretty easily blocked by a team who is fully live in round 2 or 3. So it's just round 2 is like it is just as important to advance in round 2 as round 1 is just as important to advance in round 3 as round 1. So round 3 that I got into the Big Mitten final last year by I think less than a point or like a point and change in a high scoring game. So like it was hard still to advance in round 3. It's a push and pull. Like you have to have enough players to advance in round 1, but if you aren't correlating and kind of staying in your lane with those teams, then you're by definition gonna lose pieces by the time you get to round 3, and now you have less firepower there. So it would kind of depend on the team to get really in the weeds on it.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of variance too in the pods, right? So I had my most exposed teams last year was Kansas City and San Francisco, and I got 0 into the finals. Like Mahomes didn't have any high scoring games, and a lot of my
he was hard to advance.
He was super hard to advance. So and like the way we were playing it was, hey, Mahomes, if he doesn't have to buy, you just take him solo. He can run, he can score enough. It's good to go. But
we're good with QJ here, I assume.
Yep.
Yes. And
QJ and then Disley next.
Yeah. Yep. And here's the thing. And the big thing is, if you take another quarterback to advance with Mahomes to get him to the next round, you're losing out on a guy like McCall that got you all the money last year, or Juwan.
Juwan was huge last year.
You needed Juwan to win, and that was it. Like, and then the guy who had the one-off McCall piece got like a ton of money compared to everybody else.
And this Mixon scores 30 in round 1, and you don't have him. Bye. Yeah, if someone scores 30, you're really going to want to have him. But last year that was Jake Ferguson.
Yeah,
and Jake Ferguson.
It was Puka too, and they lost, right? They lost to the Lions,
and they lost. Yeah, so that's true, but we are not that good at predicting which players they're going to be, and so you end up, if you're building teams that are built to advance in all of the rounds, you're hoping to get lucky and land on that guy, but also hope that people are overconfident in their ability to predict which guy is going to score 30. Like Mixon could score 11, or he could score 30 and be on a poorly built team, or he could score 30 and you sneak through somehow with a really well-built team.
Yeah, like you're drafting Josh Allen and you're like, oh, but also, sure, I didn't have the 30 from Mixon, 35 from Allen, and it didn't matter who had Mixon. Exactly. It mattered who had Allen.
Yeah, you get through with Allen, and then guess what? You get to play those dead Mixon teams.
Play the Mixon
loses. He scores 30, but they lose. And now your path gets a lot easier. So,
And a contrary example to that, too, is Kerrane last year. Everyone wanted Kerrane, and he only scored like 8 points in week 1.
Yeah.
And then he got eliminated. And your whole team is like significantly crippled just by that one pick.
No hate, but it's always redeeming to see that people strongly believe in strategies that do not work.
I like to leave this ambiguous if it's as to the show or the comments that we are reading from the YouTube channel.
I will note that Chris won the gauntlet and I won the big mitten last year. So we're
there you go.
Yeah. As far as what
mine was the hold on. Mine was the OG gauntlet. Hold on. It's right there in the background, baby.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Sitting pretty.
So we're not.
I love it.
We're not like talking Adam Racz, I would say.
Yeah, I think he's talking.
Not talking to us.
Yeah.
I kind of wish you were though. Can you say you're talking to us? I want to get fired up.
Yeah, you want to see more of those people in the lobbies too. Palmer and like Akers after that or something.
I think Palmer and Akers is kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm in for that. I kind of want to take Akers
first. Yeah, Akers.
Yeah. Truly, like 0-0 teams are going to ever take Palmer in this spot. It's only us. So.
Yeah, Kobe Shorts has it. Kincaid can score 30 in week 1 as well. These random players can and will score well. Yeah, and that's why I think you want to mix up. Like, so Tylan Wallace, I'm mixing in Tylan Wallace. We're mixing in, like, I'm trying to mix in some of the players a little bit. Not just take the same dart throws over and over, because, like, I know for a fact that I'm going to be searching my teams for, like, someone that I don't think is a good pick right now. I'm going to be like, I know I drafted Amari, right? I drafted a ton of Amari. Keon Coleman, I must have drafted a bunch of him. Whoever, someone even worse. It's like that's going to happen. And then it's going to seem real obvious in retrospect. Hollywood was such a smash. We all should have known.
Freaking Jawan was recruited as a quarterback. Of course he was throwing a pass to the end zone in the Super Bowl. Come on.
Yeah. All right. Palmer?
Yeah.
The Kincaid. Saying it's Kincaid who scores 30 is defying. The imagination is not strong enough to actually envision that. Romeo Dobbs
same
in the wild
thing.
card round. Yeah.
Not only that, Aaron Jones wasn't drafted a lot either, and he
Aaron
killed
Jones was
everybody.
nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's going to do it for this. If you're interested in the Sidekick, link in the description about what it is and how to get it, legendaryupside.com. I'll note that we have monthly and yearly. It's like, we're not going to support the divisional contest. So like a month is 2 days in this case, but the yearly covers all of playoff best ball all of regular best ball for next summer, and then would cover next year's playoff best ball as well. So would note that. Anything else, guys, before we get out of here?
Subscribe to LegUp.
Appreciate that. All right. We'll be back at some point to do some more playoff best ball. Also, I'll probably jump over on Davis's channel, before the end of the week and draft some more over there. So check out Davis Maddock YouTube as well. And then, see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Good luck in all your playoff best ball contests or whatever else you're doing.